The hidden problem and its psychological, philosophical origins, the disquieting thought lingers. If our choices are illusions, what unseen architects pull the strings? This isn't just a paranoid fantasy, it's a profound philosophical and psychological dilemma, deeply rooted in the very structures of our being and the societies we inhabit. The hidden problem is this: we are constantly, imperceptibly, being conditioned to accept a pre-approved menu of reality. This conditioning doesn't come from a shadowy cabal of overlords in a smoke-filled room, but from the insidious interplay of psychology, philosophy, and cultural inheritance. Consider the insightful observations of Carl Jung. He spoke of the collective unconscious, a vast reservoir of shared human experiences, archetypes, and primal instincts that influence our thoughts and behaviors, often without our conscious awareness. While Jung saw it as a source of universal wisdom, it can also be the wellspring of collective conditioning. From birth, we are immersed in a societal narrative, a story about what constitutes success, happiness, meaning, and even rebellion. This narrative, passed down through generations, subtly dictates the permissible boundaries of our thought and action. Our choices often stem from these deeply embedded archetypes. From the hero's journey we're taught to aspire to the villain we're conditioned to despise. Are we truly choosing our path, or are we merely acting out a role in a play written long before our arrival, guided by an unseen script residing in the collective unconscious? Friedrich Nietzsche, with his radical challenge to traditional morality, offers another lens. He famously proclaimed, "God is dead," signaling the collapse of absolute truths and the rise of a bewildering freedom. Yet, in the vacuum left by crumbling dogma, new forms of control emerged. Nietzsche understood that humans crave meaning, and if not provided by divine decree, it would be manufactured by societal constructs. Our choices then become affirmations of these new man-made values. We choose careers, lifestyles, even political affiliations, not always from genuine inner conviction, but because they align with the dominant narrative of what is good, successful, or acceptable. This societal pressure to conform, to choose from the pre-approved options, is a subtle yet relentless force. It shapes not just what we do, but what we desire to do, making the illusion of choice profoundly compelling. You might think you're pursuing a dream career, but is it your dream, or the one society has implicitly deemed desirable and worthwhile? Arthur Schopenhauer painted a stark picture of human existence, viewing life as driven by a blind, irrational will. For Schopenhauer, our conscious desires and choices are merely manifestations of this underlying, insatiable will, a force beyond our control. If this is true, then our feeling of making a decision is a mere epiphenomenon, a ripple on the surface of a deep, turbulent ocean of predetermined impulse. You might believe you're choosing a partner, but is it truly a conscious decision, or the irresistible pull of a biological and psychological imperative, a manifestation of the will to live and procreate, disguised as romantic love? This perspective is unsettling because it suggests that our deepest motivations, the very wellsprings of our choices, are not our own. Then there's Aldous Huxley, who, in Brave New World, envisioned a society where control wasn't enforced by chains, but by pleasure and manufactured consent. Citizens were conditioned from birth to love their servitude, to desire only what the system offered. Their choices, from recreational drugs to sexual partners, were all meticulously planned to maintain social stability. This isn't science fiction anymore. It's a chilling reflection of our own era. Think about the personalized algorithms that curate your news feed, your entertainment, even your potential romantic partners. These algorithms are not neutral. They're designed to keep you engaged, comfortable, and predictable, subtly reinforcing existing biases and limiting your exposure to alternative viewpoints. Your choice of what to consume online is thus reduced to selecting from an ever-narrowing funnel of pre-approved content, tailored to keep you within a comfortable, predictable loop. The system doesn't need to force you. It simply needs to make its preferred options the most convenient, the most appealing, the most natural. The genius of this hidden mechanism lies in its ability to shape identity, emotions, and human behavior without the subject ever feeling coerced. Instead, you feel a profound sense of authenticity, a belief that you are genuinely expressing yourself through your choices. Your values, your aspirations, your very sense of self, all meticulously cultivated within a framework that subtly directs your perceived freedom. The more you believe you are choosing, the less likely you are to question the unseen forces that define the boundaries of those choices. The tension escalates as you realize the implications. If our very identities are shaped by these invisible mechanisms, then what exactly is it that we are protecting when we fight for our freedom? What greater implications lie beneath this veneer of autonomy, and how might they be revealed? The answer might just unravel the very fabric of your perceived reality.